Roddy Rich, roll the dice. It's for the gods and goddesses in here. So we pull Hathor. Hathor. Like I said, this is not for the spiritually immature. These are for gods and goddesses who know their purpose and know that they've been sent here to be gods and goddesses on this earthly plane. Earth angels, tap in, like and subscribe to my channel. We have pulled Hathor. Beloved to the ancient Egyptians for over 3,000 years. She's an ancient one, ancient Egyptian. You can see the sun disk over her head, and if you look in the very, very background, you'll see remnants of actually like spiritual or angelic individuals. Beloved to the ancient Egyptians for over 3,000 years, Hathor is a goddess of light, joy, and gratitude. She was a guardian spirit of women and nourished the universe with her milk, including her son Ra. Her temples were full of dancing, music, and pleasure. Her symbols are the sun and the moon, a lioness, a winged cow, a sycamore tree, and a rattle used at celebrations. Queen of both the underworld and the sky, this multi-talented goddess manifested as the seven Hathors, who appeared at a child's birth and foretold its destiny. In goddess spirituality, Hathor presides over the moon temples, sacred gatherings that draw together ancient soul circles to receive divine downloads and worship the goddess. Sorry about the lighting. So I was dealing with ancestral families and ties with my aunt, just to open this, and her being a Scorpio, as I have talked about, and this is the card that was pulled. Again, at child's birth, Hathor appeared and foretold the child's destiny. In goddess spirituality, Hathor presides over the moon temples, sacred gatherings that draw together ancient soul circles, ancient soul circles to receive divine downloads and worship the goddess. She comes in at birth and pretty much deals with destined reunions and support for your journey while you're on this earthly plane. She breaks that down and foretells that story at birth, traditionally and in ancient times. A magical time of reconnecting with your soul family has arrived. When you incarnated in this lifetime, your soul planned to reunite with its ancient lineage. Kindred spirits that you knew in previous lifetimes, both on Earth and in the cosmos. You don't have to know this will happen. It's written in the stars that you'll be brought together. When you meet members of your soul family, it's an instant intuitive recognition of mutual understanding and emotional safety. You won't need to analyze why you feel so seen and supported by them. It can be unspoken knowing that It can be an unspoken knowing that brings relief from a previously solitary soul-guided path. Your soul family will always want you to shine brightly. They won't be threatened by your expansion or success. On the contrary, some of them will go out of their way to help you achieve your spiritual mission. This may be a time of reinitiation into the moon temples, where you'll rediscover sacred teachings, engage in magical rituals, and connect with lunar cycles. You share an important soul connection with this person. Let Hathor guide the relationship. Receive motherly love from a parent, friend, or group who can look after you. Join a dancing, singing, or music class. You tell yourself as an affirmation, I am not alone. My soul family are arriving to lift me up. Ashe. Then we have face your shadow. Lilith. Lilith. There's many stories and a lot of controversy about Lilith, which I will not get into. But I will deal with Lilith in the terms of being a goddess or deity and how it was seen traditionally and in ancient times and in the present. Face your shadow. Face your shadow. Lilith. Lilith, face your shadow. Your shadow self, a dark part of yourself. Heal taboo emotions, step into the light. Lilith is known in Jewish mythology as the first created woman. She refused to take a submissive role to Adam in the Garden of Eden. Liberating her wings, Lilith flew back to her Mesopotamian homelands, a dark, deep force of feminine spirit. Lilith is provoking to those who misunderstand her. Patriarchy has painted her as a corrupt and dangerous, but that's because she's a transformative feminine powerhouse. Back to transformation, back to the solar eclipse. In Scorpio, transformation, your dark self, transforming, breaking old habits, becoming a better version of yourself, dealing with your internal darkness, the things that are dark in opposition to the things that are light to you. Not necessarily dark or evil energy, no, but darkness in opposition to what's light to each and every individual will differ. It's a polar opposite. Lilith's symbols are the owl for wisdom and the snake for chakra healing and spiritual, sexual awakening, kundalini energy. The kundalini energy that rises from your base root chakra all the way up into your crown chakra of enlightenment is that serpent that you see. Your sexual energy, wisdom, the owl and the snake, healing and spiritual, sexual awakening. So to have sex can be an awakening or an enlightenment, or it could drain you. One of the two, depending on your intent upon practice. Lilith. Lilith sees everything that you strive to keep hidden from view. Drawing this card shows that you have arrived at a point of significant transformation. Lilith meets you at a crossroads. She holds out her hands and says, your spirit vibrates with secret powers of old. This wisdom yearns to be shared and used for the rebirth of the feminine soul. The only way you'll access this power now is if you face your shadow side. It's everything within that's been censored, stifled, and denied. Your deep-seated rage, your crippling shame, your fathomless fear, your traumas and wounds, your feelings of unworthiness. You've labeled these feelings as taboo and never felt able to accept and work through them. Sometimes the forbidden shadow emotions leak out leading you down paths of sabotage and self-destruction. Feelings of envy and self-pity hinder you. With me, you can release self-judgment and look bravely into your hidden self. I'll lead you into safe spaces where all of your secrets can be spoken. This will release enormous waterfalls of energy. It will unlock your creativity, potential, and passions. It will illuminate the divine talents you've been keeping under wraps. You'll create your dreams, not because of luck, chance, or fate, but through realizing that all the power you'll ever need is within you. Don't be afraid, you're ready to shine. Seek professional settings for thorough shadow work. That might be a counselor, that might be a psychologist, that might be an oracle, that might be a guide, that might be a reverend or a pastor or a professional. Shadow energy is influencing the person or situation you're inquiring about. My shadow is my inner teacher. These shadows, these dark hidden parts of ourselves teach us lessons and gives us guidance once we complete or transform ourselves. King Neptune, sensitivity. King Neptune, King Neptune. You're a highly sensitive soul. Embrace your softness and vulnerability. King Neptune is a guardian of an ancient spiritual world called Lemuria, a light-filled civilization, which is considered the Mayan civilization in ancient times. No, not Lemuria, excuse me. I'm sorry, that was Atlantis. But this is an ancient civilization called Lemuria, a light-filled civilization connected to the Indian and Pacific Oceans with pure, harmonious, and peaceful frequency. Lemurians were very psychic, sensitives with wide open heart chakra. The oceans carried intuitive codes that were transmitted through dolphins, whales, and mer people. Mer people. Hmm. Crystal healing was part of daily life. King Neptune was a shapeshifter, a merman, who later became Poseidon in ancient Greece. His symbols are the trident, the horse, and the bull. He guides Lemurian light workers to fulfill earthly missions. Drawing this card confirms that you already know you're incredibly sensitive to emotional and psychic energies. Most likely you've had to numb yourself to the harsh, closed-off consciousness of the modern world as it doesn't understand or value the way you are. You may have previously lived in Lemuria and now bringing crystalline qualities of empathy, heart chakra healing, and sensitivity to the earth. Your Lemurian soul expert at reading emotions and taking the psychic temperature of any room. You sense very undercurrent You sense every undercurrent, especially what's not being openly expressed. Being in crowds and highly stimulating environments can be challenging. You need beauty and art, romance, lyrical music, serenity, the ocean, nature, crystals, animals, and people who are open to the spirit world. You like tenderness, softness, and gentleness, especially in relationships. If you've been numbing yourself with addictive substances, unhealthy relationships, or overworking, for example, ask King Neptune for help. Embracing vulnerability is a key lesson for you in this lifetime. You may unconsciously sabotage wonderful experiences and relationships because of an old fear of being emotionally exposed. King Neptune says it's safe to let others into your heart. Your sensitivity is a gift rather than shutting off from your soft heart. Make friends with your Lemurian light. You're a Lemurian light worker. Take steps to reconnect your soul's experiences in Lemuria. Connect with crystals for healing purposes. Have an open-hearted conversation with someone. My sensitivity is a spiritual gift. It's safe to be vulnerable. You don't have to be tough all the time, especially if you already know that you have certain powers and psychic abilities based upon the fact that you're more of a sensitive soul. Continue to be a heart-loving, sensitive person. Continue to love and be sensitive and allow people to tap into your heart. My sensitivity is a spiritual gift. It's safe to be vulnerable. With that, like and subscribe. Sorry about the lighting. Sorry about the time, but it's always on time. Everything's awesome. You're great. I love you. We love each other. We do better for each other. We help somebody. We continue to be sensitive. If that's what we're gifted with, we must face our shadows and learn lessons from our shadows. We must practice positive sexual energy and maximize our wisdom through our shadow selves. And know it's our destiny and our ancestors are with us the whole time. A whole soul family. They're still with you. They're here to guide you and nourish you. Any past loved ones, if you ever question, don't. Call on these divine deities that were spoke of in this oracle reading, because they're going to guide you on this path today. Peace and love. Salam.